Occasionally on this channel, I like to go back in time and just take a look at some of the old videos that I did and maybe just review some of the dumb things that some people have said. You know, just review maybe some mistakes people have made and go back and see, have they made any changes? Have they decided to walk back on what they said and say, maybe I was wrong? You know, humility is a very rare trait in most human beings. And when you do find somebody who does have humility and is able to say, yeah, I was wrong, that's a very good thing. And then there are some people that are just dumb and they don't want to ever back down, and they just decide to dig themselves further into a pit. Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today, guys. For those of you who've been on the channel for a little while, you may remember that a little while ago I reviewed a dude who called out Alex Terrible and he was trying to get a boxing match with him. This guy's name is Rome Music. He decided to try and start beef with Alex Terrible, and basically the idea and gist of it was, I challenge you to a boxing match. If I win, you have to take my band on tour. If you win, prize money or something like that, I guess. It was like a really, really weak attempt to try and get his band famous and get his band some clout and get them on tour. He kept on saying afterward as well, oh, why are you trying to run from me? Why are you trying to hide? Why don't you want to fight? It was all really cringe. Well, anyway, things have evolved. The old beef is now put aside. He no longer wants to fight Alex Terrible. He just wants to write diss tracks about him, which is one of the things we are going to be reviewing today. So, this is a new song by Rome Music, and I'm going to be honest, I've listened to it already a couple of times. It's trash. We're going to explain why it's trash, and we're going to review it right here on the channel. If you want to watch the full video, if you're willing to subject yourself to that torment, then by all means go for it. You can go Google the original video. I'm not going to link it down here. I don't really want to give this guy any more views than he deserves. I'm going to be talking a lot, so don't complain in the comments. Oh my god, you don't stop talking. You keep pausing the video and stop talking. That's what we're doing here today. Go watch the whole original thing if you want to watch that. I mean, if you're mentally ill enough, good luck. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and dive in and review this song, and we're going to see exactly what is this guy all about now. But first, did you guys know that according to the metrics, only about 6.3% of the people watching this video right now are subscribed to this channel? Come on, guys, hit that subscribe button, join the community. We got a lot of great content and a lot more fun content coming along the way. So stick around, hit subscribe, and be a part of the journey. Alrighty, guys, well, let's get into it now. This is Rome Blood Drunk featuring Clever. Never heard of these people, honestly. Let's jump into it. Let's see exactly what we got going on in here and what exactly he's going to be talking about and why this song is trash. Let's go ahead and get this started. Cincinnati, Ohio. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, I'm getting a phone call, eh? Oh, no, yeah. It looks like I got to show up to work. Now, hang on. This scene right here is important, okay? I want you to pay attention. What he's drinking right there? He's drinking an alcoholic beverage, first of all. He's drinking an alcoholic beverage in public, okay? Being intoxicated in public is a crime. And in Wichita, Kansas, I believe it's no different. Sitting on his tailgate, so that would mean he drove, and he's being intoxicated in public. So already right now, we've got Rome Music supporting criminals. Now, oh, right there, there's another charge. Littering, really? Harming the environment. Oh, and now look, drinking and driving? How many criminal offenses can we get on one thing? Shanghai, China. And he's in Houston, Texas, which is surprising, honestly. I didn't know man-children lived in Houston. Well, I mean, maybe they do.
One more round. Give me one more round.
Certainly not in Corpus Christi, I'll say that.
What's up?
I gotta go.
What you mean you gotta go?
Tomorrow, coach, tomorrow.
There ain't no tomorrow, Rome.
Exactly.
All right, here, we'll pause it right there on the title page, okay? It's Blood Drunk featuring Clever, Rome Music original film. Okay, real quick. There's going to be a lot of pauses right now. A lot of pauses. Be totally prepared. All right, here's how it starts. All right, our visual. A katana. Why are they trying to stereotype so hard here? I mean, I'm sure this doesn't look good for the YouTube metrics. That doesn't check off a lot of good boxes, if I'm being honest. So far, this man's getting a pretty massive L so far in my book. Not only has he promoted so far 3 crimes and offenses right now, okay, whether that's drinking in public, being intoxicated in public, littering, and then drinking and driving. Listen, man, already not off to a good start. You're trying to seem cool, but you're not off to a good start. That I'm really catching on right there is he says, I be feeling something kind of like this. I be feeling like 50 because many men trying to kill me in my city or whatever, or wish death upon whatever he said. You get the drift of what I'm trying to say. Not that it matters. His lyrics suck right now. Difference is between 50 Cent and you is that 50 Cent was actually about that life. 50 Cent was a gangster. 50 Cent got shot 9 times and survived. 50 Cent did roll with people. You do not. You are a cosplayer. You are sitting there trying to act tough because you want to either spark an MMA career or you want to spark a music career. And honestly, what I could tell you is pick a lane, dog. You need to pick a lane. Not to mention, so far as the mix is concerned, it sounds very thin. I mean, like, yes, it's supposed to be real trap drums right here, you know, let the violin and like the orchestra background in. But like, honestly, the orchestra background could have been EQ'd so much better. And we're lacking a lot of bass. Really, in the trap drums, it just sounds very, very thinned out. It doesn't sound very good and full.
Shit just motivate me to take over. I'm finna come harder, no diddy, bitch. Whoa, finna dog.
I finna come harder, no diddy. What? Don't forget, guys, that Justin Bieber and Meek Mill are victims here, okay? Stop making light of the victims here, dude.
I'm weak, motherfuckers like, whoa. Step up that tone through your intro.
Back a little bit for the chorus. He's talking about coming after the people in the industry who are fake and all that. Yes, there's a lot of problems right now with the music industry. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on. Homie doesn't have any clue what's goes on in the music industry, and we're gonna find that out shortly here when we go further on into the song. When we finish up the chorus here, I'll talk about some stuff in the mix there. We'll see you there.
And I'm hunting for all these industry puppets, killing their heads off like rubbish. Are you not entertained? Stand up to this.
It lacks so much. Where can I begin, honestly? So right now, first of all, the chorus is very small. It's very small. It doesn't sound huge. When you have a chorus, you want it to sound massive. You want it to sound big. You want it to sound huge because that's the hook of your song. You want that to be very memorable, and you want people to grab onto that and be singing that all day long. I can't remember it when I can't understand what the dude in the background is saying because it's so heavily auto-tuned out. It's like disgusting amounts of auto-tune. The thing that I'm hearing when I first listened to it, the what I thought the lyrics were stand up to the god, but in reality he says stand up to the giant. Those are 2 entirely different words, 2 entirely different consonant sounds at the end of it. If I can't understand that from my first listen, you've got a problem. And then he says in the next line, you lie on the floor, now I'm the lion. At first I thought he said you lie on the floor, now I'm the liar. And I was like, what is he talking about? What does that even mean? I suppose what he's trying to suppose is that he's standing up to the music industry giants, whether or not that's the actual people who are part of the music industry itself, or whether or not that's people within the music industry, like big figureheads out there, like Alex Terrible and whatnot. Really, he's not very direct about it so far. He's really, all that I'm getting from it is this whole idea of like, oh, pity me. Oh, I'm trying so hard. I'm working so hard. I do better than everybody. Boo-hoo.
Everybody's against me.
There, son.
Can't even have a little fun.
That's really the vibes that I'm getting at. It's kind of pathetic if I'm being honest.
Okay, I'm finna dress some shit about this roid raised bed humping little bitch once a racist.
Saying that Alex Terrible is a roid raging person. if Alex Terrible is roid raging, he's doing a damn good job at hiding it. Now, this is my specialty because, again, I work in pharma, and I will say, yes, in pharma, there are steroids that you can get legally, and yes, there are certain compounds that you can get that are going to cause you to be more prone to roid rage, as they would call it. Most of those compounds are illegal within the bounds of the United States. There are certain states where you can actually get a hold of it, like New York is an example. Now, the thing that I find that's funny is that he says that Alex Terrible is a roid raging dude, and honestly, Alex Terrible does look pretty good. I don't know if he's been taking steroids. If anything more, he's been taking probably like SARMs or peptides or something like that. He hasn't experienced or displayed anything remotely close to steroid use. There's a lot of side effects that could go in there, so that's just him trying to rage bait at that point. He then goes on to say, once a racist, always a racist. This is in reference to when Alex Terrible mentioned when he was a teenager living in Russia that he joined a group of people that he had no clue was an alt-right group. He said once he found out that the group was alt-right and that they were deeply racist and associated with Neo, German army, fill in the blank, you kind of get what I'm trying to say there. Once he figured out they were associated with Neo-Ns, he was like, hey, I don't think I want to be associated with this group anymore because I don't believe what they believe. So he decided to leave that group. He later got the tattoo from that group that he got covered. People keep on bringing it up and saying, oh, well, you're a racist. Listen, people make mistakes all the time, obviously, and people can realize that, hey, I don't actually believe what this group believes and I can change. I've known many people who have talked about, like, say, for example, their grandfathers who started out as racists and then went into the army during, like, the Vietnam War, and they got stationed and deployed with black people, and then they realized we're actually not so different after all, and they changed their ways. They changed their mind. So this idea that once a racist, always a racist, it's honestly, it's just false because people can change all the time. The next thing he says is he talks about the tour with Manson, and he tries to insinuate that, you know, Alex Terrible had to fellatiate Marilyn Manson in order to get to the tour. Honestly, a lot of that stuff is all going to be done outside of the realm of the band and their approval. Really, the band's going to get the final say whether or not they really want to tour with people, but a lot of the stuff as far as setting up the tour, starting the tour, finding bands and all that for the tour, that's all done on the corporate level. That's all done management level. That's not done as far as the lower, you know, the bands are concerned. The bands can say, hey, talk to the record label. I think we should try and tour with this band. Management executives, as far as the touring manager, the band manager, all the other higher level stuff, they have to converse with each other first, and they have to set that up first. They can't just, you know, let the bands do that, because the bands would want to tour with their homies. And yeah, I might want to see, say, for example, Slaughter to Prevail tour with Lorna, but if every tour is going to be those two, I might want to see some different bands on that tour. It diversifies the amount of prospective fan base that you can get. There's a whole lot of metrics to it that are way above my head, but this just goes to show you that bro here actually doesn't really know a whole lot about the industry, considering he's making a lot of false statements like that.
You can grind, but you're one-dimensional. As a true artist, boy, I'm light years ahead.
Rhyme, but you're one-dimensional. As an artist, I am light years ahead of you. I can rap, I can sing, I can scream, I can step into the ring and turn your brain into a vegetable. In order to be a good artist, having a variety of techniques that you can perform is not what makes you a good artist. Have you ever heard the saying, a jack of all trades is a master of none? Alex Terrible is really good at being a deathcore vocalist and a frontman. He's really good at those two things. He doesn't need to rap. He doesn't need to sing, scream, or do all that stuff. Granted, he's trying to learn how to sing right now, and he's actually doing a pretty good job of it, I will say. You don't have to be able to do like 50 trillion things in order to be able to be a greater artist than everybody else. That's a total misconception. As long as I am good at one thing, and that's the one thing I do the best, then I'm good at it. Yeah, sure, dude might be able to rap, sing, scream, and do whatever, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that he's good at any of those things. Just because you can do them does not make you good at them. It's very disingenuous to suggest that. Let's continue.
Raw, no fucking lubrication. I ain't got no mercy for this motherfucking racist.
Person seeking validation right now is you, homie, because you're the one who's trying to use his name for clout and just keep on getting views and rage baiting people, and you're looking to get people saying, wow, actually, this guy is really good. Wow, you're doing fantastic. And I mean, granted, every artist at the end of the day is going to seek validation, but I think honestly, as far as like who's really seeking validation, I think that's you, dog.
Hey, bears, boy, but with me, you fucking scared, boy. Bare knuckle try to.
I will pause it there for just a second. As far as that whole fight's concerned, there was never a fight set up. We actually proved that you did Photoshop the conversation with the owner of Bare Knuckle. You got to remember, Alex Terrible has a contract with a record label, and therefore he has obligations to them. If he wants to set up a fight, but he's got his obligation to the record label, and they say, hey, we need you to tour on these and these and these dates, the fight can't happen because he's got to go and fulfill his prior obligation first. That's how contracts work.
And all you motherfuckers can get it too.
This is the part that it's so... All right, we'll pause it there for just a second now. This is the whole thing that really, like, makes this song even more worse. It just proliferates it into further and further just mediocrity and just being absolutely gay, if I'm being honest. It's this whole tough guy thing of like, you don't understand me, you ain't know where I'm coming from. And it's something that's really resonated a lot with the MMA community. It's kind of like a meme at this point. You don't got my vision, bro. You don't know what I do, bro. I'm different, bro. I'm built different. When I stop in the octagon, I see red. Dude, no! What am I looking? It's really just dumb. It's super gay. It's this whole idea of just posturing like, you ain't like me. I'm better than you. You ain't got the same drive as me. Let's continue. This is the part that irritates me the most right here. This sounds so ridiculously thin for a breakdown. It's just, it irritates me so much, especially as a recording artist myself and a mixing and mastering artist myself. There's so much you could do better with this mix. You've got to chunk up the guitars. You've got to change the tone on the guitars, record a bass guitar, please. I mean, that would help miles and miles instead of just relying on guitar. The drums honestly need to be re-EQ'd. Not only that, but also the vocals are single tracked. I mean, for a breakdown, you've got to double track your vocals, dog. Layering is key, especially with that, because it gives you this perception of things being louder and bigger than they are. Now, you might be trying to do this on purpose just because you're like trying to stick a finger to the music industry and be like, oh yeah, well look at my indie production. Really, all that you're doing is you're just providing an example of why your band is garbage. And yes, I hate to say it like that because it sounds so cruel and mean and inexcusable, but yeah, the band is garbage. I hate to say it. When you produce such mid-tier and horribly mixed stuff like this, it's just, it like physically makes me repulsed. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it's so gross. Put in the extra effort, even hire an engineer, dude. Like, please don't try and do this yourself, especially when you're trying to put this out to the masses. Like, especially when it sounds this thin and this like mediocre. Get a recording artist, please. Get an engineer, please, dude. Editing Nick here. Sorry to bother you guys and interrupt the viewing pleasure. Unfortunately, during the first upload of this video, Rome Music decided to try and copyright ID me for this last minute and 22 seconds of the song that I played continuously. Now, it didn't matter that I was talking over it the entire time. They still tried to copyright ID me and therefore steal all the revenue in my video. As a result, because I'd like to make the money from it, you won't be hearing any of Rome Music's song in this last minute and 22 seconds. Instead, you'll be hearing me talking and more than likely probably some copyright-free music that's playing underneath of that. Hopefully y'all understand. Sorry to interject. Please enjoy the rest of this video. Because the thing is, he has potential to have great tone, but it's overshadowed by how thin this mix is and how disgustingly bad it is. He uses a lot of samples in here. And then he's going to repeat the chorus twice here. It'll repeat twice more. It's really no use in listening to it like that. All right. So that's the end of that. Thank God. It's just when you really are trying to say and posture with people that you are better than they are, you are better than the rest of the industry, and you could proceed to just make something absolutely mediocre and stupid and gay as this. If you can't rely on your raw talent and songwriting ability and your capabilities as a musician to carry you, and you have to call out other people, that says enough about you. And that says enough about the art that you write. As far as this Rome music guy is concerned, we already know that this isn't a strategy that's working for him, because if you look at his Instagram, he's lost followers, he's deleted about 80% of the posts that he had. It's clearly not working, but he has found no other way to try and proliferate his career other than to start beef and start drama and call out people for clout. Well, thank you guys for watching and listening. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below of what you think of Rome music and the whole drama there. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video that I do. So cheers. I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless.